What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me give this one to y'all because a lot of people go through this, and I want to preface everything that I'm getting ready to say by saying what I am getting ready to say doesn't apply to people who may be suffering from like clinical depression, like when you really have a condition that's very hard to control or uncontrollable, where you can't just do the things that I'm getting ready to say to do. I'm talking about just in low moments. We got ups and downs and our feelings and things we go through and all that. And I'm talking about in those low moments, things that you can actually get out and do that can help you. Uh, I believe that will help you to overcome those low moments. Um, you can be depressed or have moments of depression. That doesn't mean you are suffering from actual clinical depression. You just have some low mo. I'm depressed in this moment because this happened or that happened or whatever. So what I suggest to do, man, when you're just in your lowest moments, because human nature normally tells us um, when you're feeling down, you just want to just lay around, sit around, not do nothing, kind of bathe in it, bathe in the sorrow and the pain. When you shouldn't do that. You should get up. First thing you should do. Well, the first thing you should do is pray. That's number one. And whether you look at that as a viable option or not, I'm telling you that it is. It's a viable option. That should be the first thing. But I wasn't gonna say that first. To me, that's a given. But I thought about it, so I mentioned it. But what you should also do is get up and get out of the house. Get up and go find you something to do. Go get up and find somebody to be around. Go hang out with some homies, even if you don't feel like it. Go someplace. Go someplace unconventional, meaning someplace that you don't necessarily go. I don't always mean get up and go to the club. I mean you get up and go to a museum. Get up and go to the zoo. Someplace that you don't normally go, where there are things that you don't see on an everyday basis that can serve as a good distraction for you. See, every distraction, we hear the word distraction, we look at that as a bad thing, but there is such a thing as a good distraction, because if you are dealing with something that's mentally weighing on you in a negative way, then you need things to distract you from that, things that are positive things, or things that will take your mind off of it. And that's you should go out and just do some unconventional stuff that you may not necessarily do, because now you get your wheels turning. You get your wheels and your thoughts in motion, because you have opportunities to learn and process information. Oh, okay, I didn't know that this happened. Or who is this? You meet new people, and if you make this a repetitious process, you may not be able to do it every single day, but as much as you can during the time where you're down, then sooner or later you get further and further away from that feeling of being low. Also, when you lay around and bathe in the pain and the sorrow and all that, you're actually slowing down time. And what do I mean when I say slowing down time? Because we all know the seconds go tick, tick, tick. We all know, but when you were the only one in the house, isolated, laying around, rocking back and forth, thinking about it, dwelling on it, pacing back and forth, the days take forever to pass. The days move really, really slow. And you have just flooded yourself with the constant thought of whatever it is that's bringing you down. Whereas the opposite takes place when you get up and you get out. Because you are participating in different activities, going places, doing things, talking to people, whatever it is, you're speeding time up. You're accelerating the time, because, like they say, time flies when you're having fun, but time also flies when you are utilizing the time, because you don't really have to even leave the house to utilize the time. You can still be at home and get up and do some things and do some unconventional things. But my suggestion is always to remove yourself from the house, remove yourself from the familiar um, grounds, so you can do the things that I was mentioning that you do. Um, Also, when you're at your lowest point, try to go out and help somebody else. Go try to do something good. Just go out and feed the homeless or something. Just do something, like I say, that may be outside the norm of what you regularly do. Even if you are in a down mood, just go do something, because it's something in us that naturally lifts our spirit and our vibration when we do good things for other people. And it can bring you out of a hole. It can bring you out of a tough time. Um, the last thing I'll say, unless I think of something else, the last thing I'll say is also something that old folks would tell you. Do your best to think about people who have it worse than you. And y'all like, oh man, that's, but it's a real principle, man. Because when we going through our thing, we can get real selfish and kind of take on this attitude that we the only ones that's going through this, or going through something, period. And there are so many people who are going through things that can't even think their way out of them, because they might be in a coma. There's so many people who are going through things who can't work their way out of something because they might not have no legs. They may not be able to walk. They may be bedridden. So if you are not in that category where you are actually able to physically and mentally uh, correct what you're going through at the moment, come on, man, then you already a step ahead of a whole lot of other people. So take these tips that I'm giving y'all, and in your lowest moment, because you also have to know that a lot of times what we believe to be our lowest moments or our low moments, they're really not low moments at all. They're just figments of our imagination, because um, there are things that we have allowed in our own minds to be placed on a pedestal or a position of power over us, that in reality have no power over us. It's just the power that we give them. So get out, get outside, do some things, um, find those good distractions to make time accelerate. Because again, the further you get away from the problem, the less impactful that it is. And you don't want that stress to build up in your mind, because the mental stress translates into physical problems that you have. Everything is connected. The mind and the body is connected, y'all. And the thoughts of the mind directly affect the functionality of the body. So y'all keep that in mind as we move forward, and get up. Quit laying around rocking back and forth, and understand that whatever's going on, please believe it could be a lot worse. It's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast and our sports podcast, Legends 34, right here on YouTube. And I appreciate y'all's support. Catch y'all later on. Peace.